been seeing more and more stories lately about police officers just leaving, not retiring after 25 years, but just simply walking away mid-career, feeling that they can't do this anymore, they want to switch careers, or just even choosing not to join in the first place. I think this is a big shift, and it really shows what the country is going through right now, especially with law enforcement.
All praises and glory goes to our mighty power, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rekak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations unto the elect men feeding the sheep of Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahushai, in sincerity and truth of His great gospel, coming out of our Bible strictly, you already know, for the elect of the children of Israel, for the elect of the children of Israel, a group of people predestined, pre-chosen to be saved at the end times. That's who the Lord is dealing with. That's who the Lord is waking up in the times that we're living in. Everybody else, they're going to stay blind to the fact. They're going to stay lost in the sauce, right? And they're going to lose their lives in this society. Why you think so many cops is quitting? Because they don't want to lose their lives. They see everything is falling apart in this white man's world, in this Edomite's kingdom, right? What was the police set up for, man? At first, it was to control them slaves, to watch over slaves. And then after, them elites set them up to watch over their businesses, right? Watch over their cargo, watch over their shipments of gold and wealth that's been traveling through the Americas. And then it became part of this society, right? And now these cops, man, they don't want no smoke. They don't want no smoke because guess what? It's more peoples with more guns than the police, and they don't respect the law. What does the scripture say? This is the book of Isaiah 19 and 16. It reads, "In that day shall Egypt be like unto women, and it shall be afraid and fear because of what the shaking of the hand of our Lord Yahweh of hosts, which He shaketh over it." What is the Lord doing right now? The Lord is bringing judgment to the place you call America, spiritual Sodom, spiritual Egypt, right? It's clear as day.
To make decisions that are grounded in service, professionalism, evidence, and the best interests of our community. That is my commitment to you as chief.
Reno City Manager Jackie Bryant making the announcement this morning that former Reno Police Chief Catherine Nance, along with 2 other assistant chiefs, have been terminated. Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us. I'm Shelby Sheehan.
And I'm Joe Hart. Welcome to News 4 at 4. Well, the announcement comes as the chief and 5 other police officers under the leadership team are investigated for potential misconduct.
Val News at 6 starts now.
He was an equal opportunity racist.
Racist comments caught on camera coming from a now former Eugene police officer taken on the night of January 30th. Eugene Police Chief Chris Skinner condemning those comments after a portion of the body cam footage went viral on Saturday. Good evening, I'm Kendall Bartley. Brandon Cameraman is on assignment. Chief Skinner saying the officer identified as Martin Siller resigned on his own after that video was uploaded online. Well, today, additional video was published by the Eugene Police Department. We do want to warn you, the content of this video may be offensive to some.
Just so you know, I'm a big supporter of the Somali and Latino communities. I'm about the American communities. I'm about America, son.
Eugene Police sending a
I'm a big supporter of the Somali and Latino communities. I'm about the American communities. I'm about America, son.
This is the book of Matthew 24 and 12. It reads, "Because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold." The love of many shall wax cold, and we seeing it, man. These cops, man, they true spirit is coming out. Their true spirit is coming out, how they feel about foreigners, how they feel about immigrants, how they feel about blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, how they feel about anybody who ain't one of them, right? One of them Edomites, right? Because this is an Edomite kingdom, right? You people done been misled thinking, oh, this is a kingdom for everybody. No, this is an Edomite kingdom. Esau rules, it's his currency, it's his order of operation. It's his military that controls the world, right? And guess what? Pretty soon he's going to use that military to lock down these cities, lock down these countries to push that RFID chip. That's his end game before the nuclear missiles come. Locking down these cities through radio frequency identification devices. That's why he's setting up this system with all these fucking computers all over the place and satellites and taking in information cameras. Right? This devil know what he doing.
Show your mark. Only those with the mark are allowed to buy. They cut off the water. Now only for those who accept the mark 606. Make way! They can't escape. Go!
Get up.
Left hand on the sensor immediately.
Negative. Take him away.
Sector 4 cleared for processing. Maintain the pace and order. The administration thanks you for your cooperation. It's the end times.
Just accept the mark.
It's the end times.
Just accept the mark.
I'm going to read the book of 2 Ezra 15 and 12. It reads, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague, and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. Right? That's what's going on. The Lord is punishing the wicked for their wickedness, right? And these devils, man, they're not going to change their wicked ways. They're only going to get more wicked. They're going to push that radio frequency identification device, which is the mark of the beast, right? It comes in look like a grain of rice. It's a chip with computer information, with all your information that's going to be in it, and what it says in the video. You won't be able to buy or sell. Where they get that from? The scriptures. They get that from the scriptures, and that's the future here in Babylon the Great and around the world. 2 Ezra 15 and 12. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plagues and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. And these cops, they're seeing what the plagues and the punishment that the Lord is bringing upon this place. That's why they no longer want to be cops.
Big shift, and it really shows what the country is going through right now, especially with law enforcement.
It's time for your next adventure. I have no idea what I'm going to do tomorrow.
Is policing in 10, 15 years just way less manpower and way more technology?
So the issue, I wouldn't say that's where it's going. The issue is with the political climate, with everything going on nowadays, less people want to be cops. Less people want to. You're finding less good candidates that want to be cops because they don't want to deal with it anymore. You know, they don't want to deal with some of the nonsense that we go through and deal with.
What's the big nonsense you deal with?
Political and just the way things get spun up in the media and that perception. I tell people all the time, I used to be a resource officer, and I'm going to tell you right now, there's teachers that aren't good teachers that shouldn't be teaching. There's doctors that are out there doing medical stuff and malpractice stuff that shouldn't be doctors. The issue is they're not always in that limelight. A thing happens, they're in the media, and that kind of gets pushed aside. For some reason, we're always in that limelight, and one bad cop's going to make everyone a bad cop, and we got to deal with that all the time. In reality, most people out here are in the same thing. We all have the same goal. We want to go home at the end of the night. We all have the same kind of mindset, and we want to do our job and be successful at keeping this community safe.
So I quit. I quit law enforcement. And I wanted to make this video not because I wanted a sad story or y'all to feel bad about me or feel bad for me, but I wanted to make this video because I knew people were going to ask why whenever they haven't seen me in uniform lately and all that good stuff. But basically, my agency and I, we left on good terms, but I I knew that I wanted more in my life, and the job that I had did not meet that expectation.
So this is week one of leaving my police job, moving to a different city, and starting HVAC school. It was a pretty fast transition, so I don't really think I knew what I was getting myself into going to HVAC school. I'm using tools I've never even heard of. I got the tool list and I was like, what the heck is that? I was on Google a bunch. It appears that it is definitely a good skill set to have. I've already met a ton of people out here where I moved to who are like, oh, I know somebody who's hiring, like everyone's hiring, so that's cool. I'm back home and all the support and love that I've been getting. Thank y'all. God bless.
On Friday, 16 New Orleans police officers turned in their badge and walked off the job.
This is the book of Jeremiah 51 and 30. It reads, the mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. They have remained in their holds. Their might have failed. It says they became as women. They have burned her dwelling places. Her bars are broken. Right? Starting with what showed you, a bunch of military people don't quit. Generals, right? Regular soldiers, right? Soldiers smoking, doing drugs, trying to get kicked out of the military because of that fear. They fear going into the Middle East for that final war. They know this is it. This is it. It says the mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. These cops, they quitting, right? You're looking at your first line of defense from your military, from your police, right? Also from your medical, a bunch of doctors, nurses, firefighters, a bunch of people who's supposed to be here to protect and keep this place going. They're quitting. Pretty soon you're about to see these politicians quitting. They're going to grab that bag and disappear. Right? Everybody realizes this is the end of a society. So what are the people who has the power to do to get little doing? They're getting the fuck out of Dodge, man. They fleeing. They leaving. Jeremiah 51 and 30. The mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. They have remained, right? They have remained in their holds. Their might have failed, right? First off, it's not worth dying for these people. You're gonna go out here and die for some fucking dope fiends, for some fucking sodomites and wicked people, man. And guess what? Ain't nobody gonna give a damn. Ain't nobody gonna come help your wife and kids. Somebody gonna come try to fuck your wife. Yeah, one of your partners, one of your ex-cop partners. Right? That's the society you live in, man. Right? And the scriptures say what? This is Philippians 2 and 12. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Right? We're in the times of not trying to be great in a broken society. Society spiraling into what hell, and here you are trying to build in a broken place. You investing in a fucking place that's going to be hit by nuclear missiles. Right? That's a lot of you stupid ass people looking for these great jobs. Right? You ain't looking for your How Bashim Yahushai, right? It says like they look not for the Holy One of Israel, man. A bunch of you Negroes and Hispanics and Native Americans still trying to be part of this man's system, still joining the military, still trying to be part of his police force, right? You're going to fail miserably, right? Let's go back to it. It says, the mighty men of Babylon, Jeremiah 51 and 30, the mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. They have remained in their holds. Their might have failed. They have become as women. They have burned her dwelling places. Her bars are broken.
Bless.
On Friday, 16 New Orleans police officers turned in their badge and walked off the job. This followed the terror attack which took place on January 1st, claiming the lives of 14 and injuring over 35. I spoke to a New Orleans police officer who says that many officers within the New Orleans Police Department are fed up with the lack of leadership within the city. And this resulted in those 16 officers quitting on Friday. Now, several people are saying that the governor of Louisiana should come into New Orleans and take over the city, declaring it a failed city. And in speaking to these officers, I learned that many of them are regularly working overtime, and on the night that the terror attack took place, some officers worked over 20 hours. Now, standard operating procedure for the city of New Orleans is that over 16 and a half hours, those officers aren't getting paid. It's considered volunteer. So if you're an officer who chooses to work, chooses to serve your city past that 16 and a half hour mark, you're not getting paid.
People always want to know why I quit being a cop. And the honest answer, a few things stacked up at the same time. The laws kept changing, the job kept getting harder, and honestly, more dangerous than it ever had been. I had young kids at home and a family that needed me present. And I was tired. I was tired of night shifts, tired of missing birthdays and bedtime, tired of coming home feeling like a zombie when my family needed me there. And I was tired of someone else owning my schedule. I didn't get into real estate on purpose. A close friend was getting his license, and I figured, why not? Supplemental income and a backup plan just in case. Turns out that backup plan was the plan. Looking back, I can see God was lining things up, not with some big sign or in some big way, just a friend, a license, a door that opened when I needed it, and a leap of faith.
As the book of Proverbs 22:3 reads, a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. Man. All you people about to join the military and join the police force and join the worst one of all, the space force, right? The space force. You want to fight against so-called aliens, against an extraterrestrial threat. Not known, this is the angels of the Lord. This is Yahweh Shai returning, coming to fuck shit up, right? It says, a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, right? The only place we can hide as Israelites is in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, right? The only place we can hide is in the name of the Lord, his son. Trust and keep faith and hope that the Lord is with us. After that, man, there is nothing you can do to escape the judgment that's coming. That's coming, right? Even these cops, man, they leaving the police force. Like, your ass ain't got to pay for the times, the things that you did while you was on the police force. Right? The Lord don't forget nothing, man. Everybody going to be judged for what they have done. Proverbs 22:3, again, it says, a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. This is the book of Isaiah 13:11. It reads, and I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. You've seen the arrogance of these cops is vanishing, right? These cops was proud at one time, right? That American military pride was high at one time. Where is it at right now, man? Right? These people, they don't agree with what their leader. They don't agree with the politics and the politicians that's been set before them, right? They hate and despise the laws and rules that's regulating their society, right? Because they're being overtaxed, overpriced. They being brought to poverty. Being brought to poverty, and they fighting for nothing. You just seen cops, anything work over 16 hours, you working for free. They had them niggas working up to 20 hours. That's 4 hours of free time. You could have got killed in that motherfucking time. Right? That's some bullshit. Isaiah 13:11, I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. Watch, you about to see all the arrogancy vanish from this place, from the doctors to the lawyers, to the politicians, to the cops, right? And you seen the arrogancy vanish from these women. That was another group of proud motherfuckers. Now all that shit is vanishing.
Wayne County law enforcement community is mourning the loss of one of their own after a Wakeman police officer was shot and killed while on the job today. That shooting leaving eyewitnesses shocked.
We'll transition back to Southern Florida. We've been watching this ongoing procession for Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office Deputy Devin Jeremio. A 27-year-old deputy died after he was shot during an altercation today.